State University recently received a poor rating involving students' free speech and expression. Find out why, coming next.
A Kent University student and professor's verbal altercation went viral this week amongst Kent State students on Instagram. Find out why the incident occurred.
Trump spoke out about his feelings on the NATO alliance today, how he feels it should change.
CBS has announced major layoffs for employees. We have the details and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Newscast. I'm Ryan Mead.
And I'm Matthew McConaughey. We start today as a video surfaced this Friday on a conflict between a student and a school arts professor, Albert Risha.
This video shows a student yelling and directing threats towards a professor after a mental crisis. According to campus police say the student got triggered after a mention of a specific artist he had issues with and took it as a personal attack.
When the police arrived at the scene, the student had already fled, but the matter was settled later and the student was ticketed for disorderly conduct, says police. The student was prohibited to attend class in person, but will finish the credit online.
The video was published on Instagram by Barstool Kent, but got taken down just 30 minutes later.
A new rating of Kent State's freedom of speech has recently came out due to the university's policies and actions.
For more about the rating and reasoning, we have our reporter, Casey Blaylock.
That's right, guys. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression makes rankings every year for colleges based on how well students' freedom of speech is protected. For this year, Kent State scored poorly and students may be hesitant sharing their opinions. Kent State University received an F rating for free speech from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, citing multiple policies that may restrict student expression.
There's an expectation, and then when everyone is having these different, directions, I think that's why people feel a certain type of way about the exercising of free speech here on campus.
The rating evaluates how universities protect students' First Amendment rights, including policies on protest, speech zones, and administrative oversight. This is done by student surveys and weekly meetings examining colleges.
We introduced additional bonuses that weren't present in the rankings in prior years for having adopted the Chicago Statement for Freedom of Speech. This was issued in 2015. And for adopting a stance of institutional neutrality on commenting on political matters. And so Kent State hasn't adopted either of those as of now, as of today.
Along with the university missing those bonuses, a controversy last spring regarding an art installation being removed also hurt the score. But things can be done for the university to bounce back.
So Kent State has a yellow light rating from our policy reform team. And so that means there's one or more speech policies on the books that could be applied in a way, because of the way they're worded, probably vaguely or arbitrarily or too broadly worded. So they could be applied in a way that then unconstitutionally threatens someone's expression.
As conversations around free speech on college campuses continue nationwide, the rating highlights the ongoing challenge of balancing open expression with campus policy. To see these rankings and the data of all the individual schools regarding free expression and speech, you can find them at fire.org. For KSTV, I'm Casey Baylog.
Thanks, Casey. Crazy Bins in Kent is closing its doors and moving back to Akron. Crazy Bins is a discount store that sells mostly overstock and return items from major retailers. According to owner Noah Levitt, the store outgrew its Kent location and will be having a bigger store when it returns to Akron. Crazy Bins was previously in another location in Akron, and there's no timetable yet on when it will reopen.
New changes were approved this Friday to the Ohio property tax and will be seen by Ohioans this summer on their bills. The extensive $3 billion property tax haul was in the package of 5 bills signed by Governor Mike DeWine in December of last year. The changes come after more than a year of work at the State House with committee hearings, provisions, and a property tax working group.
luck of the Irish is in the air with this weather for this weekend. Let's have a look at that statewide weather. In Toledo, we have 72, Akron, Canton 63, Columbus is 66, Cincinnati is 73, Athens is 71, Pittsburgh is 62, and as you can see, the weather is looking very nice and high, but I will say that we have a strong wind chill all over Ohio, so just to be prepared that although this is the current temperatures, it is going to feel a little bit colder outside. And let's take a look more down at our counties. So if we look down at our counties, you will see that once you get to the lake, it is going to be a little bit colder, like Ashtabula 60, Cleveland 64, Sandusky 60, Mansfield 66, a little bit warmer. Worcester is right in the middle with 62, Akron, Canton 60, Kent is being cold at 59, and Youngstown is 60. And then we will take a look at our weather for the hourly. And so for tonight in Kent, it's going to be 55 at 8 p.m. 10 p.m. is going to go down to 50, and at midnight is going to hit 45. So I would say that it is still sweatshirt weather, so make sure you have some jeans, pants, and then make sure you're dressing in layers as it's a little cold, especially with that wind chill. Ohio's weather is just as spontaneous as ever, and I will be back with the extended forecast to keep you prepared for this upcoming week.
Thanks, Abby. Farmers around Ohio may be far from Iran, but are still dealing with the pains of their abilities to grow crops.
Farmers are dealing with higher gas prices and also higher diesel prices for driving equipment, which is causing prices for crops to soar.
Diesel is one of the several resources impacted by the war in Iran, and many farmers are anticipating the end of the war. The conflict in Iran is now on day 20, and tensions continue to rise.
Katie Waggle is now joining us to give us the latest. What do you have? What can you tell us, Katie?
That's right, guys. Today, President Donald Trump spoke about how successful he believes the conflict in the Middle East is going.
We're doing extremely well in Iran. The difference between them and us is they had a navy 2 weeks ago. They have no navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea.
Later on Friday, President Trump spoke to the press outside the White House. He further spoke about the status in Iran.
I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
Trump wants the U.S. to reconsider their membership of NATO. This coming after U.S. allies refused to join the war with Iran when Trump requested help with the Strait of Hormuz. The president said the U.S. does not need NATO's help. However, he previously suggested other countries plan to join the effort. The war in Iran caused gas prices to continue to increase to an average of $3.91 a gallon. This is 3 cents more than Thursday and 98 cents more than it was last month. Increased prices may decrease the amount many Americans were planning on receiving this year in large tax refunds. The war may increase the cost of other goods in the near future. In the Middle East, thousands more of U.S. Marines are being deployed. 3 warships with up to 2,500 Marines are being sent into the region, according to the Pentagon. President Trump mentioned the day before this announcement that he does not plan on placing American troops on the ground in Iran. News on what troops will be doing upon arrival is unknown and still being investigated. As more continues to develop regarding the Middle East conflict, you can find updates on KentStater.com. For KSTV, I'm Katie Waggle.
Thanks, Katie. The White House has released its National Artificial Intelligence Legislative Framework today. The purpose of these proposals is to help regulate policies on AI technology. Previously in December, President Trump issued an executive order to block states from enforcing their own policies. This framework calls for Congress to give parents more tools to protect their kids' digital presence.
Co-founder of tech company Super Microcomputer and 2 others were charged with diverting $2.5 billion worth of servers with NVIDIA's AI chips to China. The 3 allegedly violated U.S. laws that bar exports to China without a license. Super Microcomputer is not named in the incident, but has said they are willing to cooperate with the investigation.
The Trump administration has filed a new multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against Harvard University. These allegations are saying that the school is in violation of civil rights law and has failed to protect Jewish and Israeli students from discrimination. The university said in a statement that the lawsuit is another representation of the pretextual actions of the administration.
U.S. Congress races to reach a DHS deal to end the shutdown ahead of a 2-week recess for Easter and Passover holidays on March 27th. The Senate Majority Leader John Thune was warned he could cancel the planned recess to keep the chamber in session. GOP and Democrat senators sat down with the board's Caesar Tom Homan in an attempt to reach a deal and reopen DHS. The GOP pushing hard to convince Democrats to back a compromise bill.
More rough times are coming for CBS News. The company has now laid off 6% of its 1,100 workers. This comes after 6 months of previous set of layoffs, and these appear to be targeted. According to editor-in-chief Barry West, this is a representation of obsolete operations and low morale. They have also decided to shut down CBS Radio entirely as it stopped generating revenue.
A new study finds that the western heat wave would be impossible without global warming. We'll tell you all of the affected U.S. cities.
Mock interviews and headshots. Find out how students prepare for their future careers with Pepsi Leadership Center.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
At school, it feels like everyone's staring at me, and I'm just kind of not really a person.
Sometimes I can't believe that you could be proud of me if I'm not proud of myself.
It just was hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Together. Let's do more of that.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Hey there, welcome to
Kent Core.
Kent Core.
Kent Core.
Kent Core. To Kent Core.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. And now, while one of the major goals for college students who leave college is to be able to find a job.
Students gathered today in the ballroom to learn how to become career ready. To learn about this event, let's bring in our own Lila Schaefer-Hughes. Hi, Lila.
Hi, guys. That's right. Earlier today, students gathered in the KSU ballroom to learn more about career preparation.
We just noticed a lot of students were especially undergraduate students, were just kind of confused how to get started with their career. I remember coming in, I didn't even know what a cover letter was, so just coming in here and just kind of having this info session for them to just kind of learn and start learning the ropes.
Students gathered in the Pepsi Leadership Center today for the weekly Flash Fridays, a series of events that focuses on improving student leadership and preparation to the work field. Today's event was to build students' confidence in career preparation, where students could get insight on their resume, participate in mock interviews, and also have professional headshots taken.
So having this is a really good resource that students can use to build up their portfolio, build up their LinkedIn and their resume and things like that. So that's just a really good resource to have, just to set them out and have them ready after graduation.
I would even highly encourage students to utilize those resources as well. That's what they're there for.
The goal of the event is that by learning about these skills, students are helped to branch their college knowledge into the real world for career opportunities. By offering professional support, the Pepsi Leadership Center helps students save time and money just by using a resource. By creating a stimulated interviewing experience, it can calm interviewees and give the interviewer a good impression of the potential employee. The Flash Fridays happen every week with events focusing on students. For more information, check out their social media at Kent State Leads. For KSTV, I'm Lila Schaefer-Hughes.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Thanks, Lila. Spring has started and so has the rain. Showers and flowers are blooming. Take a seat and let's have a look at that weather. Alrighty, so for today it was 62 degrees and we had sporadic showers throughout the whole day. The wind was 9 miles an hour west to southwest and the humidity was 84. So if you went outside, you probably felt like you were just very wet. Your hair was probably very frizzy. Things like that were going on. Alrighty, let's continue and have a look at more of the weather. So for tomorrow, the sunrise is going to be at 7:27 a.m. So for everyone who is going to have an early morning, that is when the sun is going to be getting up. It is going to be 59 degrees tomorrow for most of the day. So it is going to be pretty warm. So make sure that you are dressing in layers so you can have your sweatshirt on, take your sweatshirt off. It is going to be a UV of 4 with a waxing crescent. Alrighty, and then the wind's 5 miles an hour and the humidity is 65. And now let's take a look at our extended forecast. So as we can see for the weekend, that is going to have some good high temperatures. Saturday, it's going to be 59 and as the high, 20% chance of rain. So if you are going to be having layers, definitely recommend something with a hood. Sunday, it's going to be even higher temperature at 74. And then the rest of the week, it is going to dip down on Monday to 39. And then we're going to start climbing back up with our temperatures. So on Tuesday, it's going to hit 50 again. Wednesday, it's going to be 47. And then Thursday is going to hit 60. So layers are going to be your friend with that cold morning air that turns into a hot afternoon. Hold on to that umbrella as showers are expected for the week to come. I'm Abby Kress for KSTV.
Studies find Western heat wave would be virtually impossible without climate change. According to analysts from the World Weather Attribution Group, cities including Denver, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Salt Lake City have already set new records of beating nation's all-time March high of 108 according to the study. Events like this are still rare, but are now 4 times more likely to happen.
One of Hollywood's favorite action heroes, Chuck Norris, has passed away. His family made a statement earlier today on social media after he suffered an unspecified medical emergency in Hawaii. Chuck Norris was a recognizable figure whose acting career spanned several decades and was also popular on the internet. He was known for his tough guy image on screen, but was said to be very kind and humble in person.
Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz placed on non-disciplinary leave but won't be paid for the 2026 season. Giving you the details coming up.
just do it. Like, just walk into that studio and be like, hey, I want to do this thing. And the chances of someone telling you no are 0. We always want help here. We always want someone willing to jump into different things. And at the end of the day, if that's something you want to do, either as a career or just as a hobby, learning those skills that we get here, it's what should push you to keep doing it.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Another. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused, fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
There is always a lot going on in the world of sports when it hits the month of March. Big upsets in March Madness, NFL offseason ramping up, and Kent State spring sports causing some trouble. Over onto the diamond, the Flash is looking to keep the hot streak going on the road for a neutral site series against the Massachusetts Minutemen. Kent State currently riding a 5-game winning streak, first in the MAC, 15-4 overall and 5-1 in conference. Sawyer Solitaire still remains must-see baseball through 19 games. Solitaire is batting a .360 with 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, 23 runs scored. He currently ranks 59th nationally in home runs and 83rd in total bases. Staying on the baseball field, the Kent State softball team continues their early MAC schedule, taking on the Bulls of the University of Buffalo. The 3-game series started today at 3, and the series will stretch into tomorrow to wrap up the series with a doubleheader. The last time out for the Flashes, it was a series sweep against UMass. Junior outfielder Erilyn Nogue earned a MAC Player of the Week honors, batting a .714 with a triple, a home run, 4 RBIs, and a team-high 3 stolen bases. The NFL season has heated up, especially here in Northeast Ohio. The Cleveland Browns so far in the offseason have made some key moves at improving certain positions and adding depth on the defense side of the ball. Cleveland re-signing guard Taven Jenkins, punter Corey Pujarquez, cornerback D'Angelo Ross, cornerback Trey Avery, and defensive end Julian Okwara, but also acquiring center guard Elton Jenkins, guard Zion Johnson, linebacker Quincy Williams, defensive tackle Kalia Davis, safety Daniel Thomas, all out of free agency. The Browns currently hold the 6th overall and 24th pick in the first round in the draft, looking to build a team around young QB Shedeur Sanders. Staying in Cleveland, 2 Cleveland Guardian pitchers placed on non-disciplinary leave and will not be paid for this upcoming season. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz face federal charges for an alleged pitch rigging scheme. Clase and Ortiz await their trial in November. Clase was set to earn $6.4 million this season, while Ortiz was due for the league minimum. Clase's involvement in the scheme allegedly dates back to May 23rd. Both pitchers allegedly received bribes and kickbacks for coordinating and executing the ploy. That's all I have for you in sports. To stay updated, make sure to follow Kent Stater on all social medias. Tune in every weekday for KSTV or every Monday for Sports Corner. For KSTV Sports, I'm Matthew McConaughey, and I'll be back later after the break.
Popular K-pop boy band BTS released their first album in 4 years. When we come back, we'll tell you all the important details about the album.
Because I did 2 years in college in Brazil, we don't have anything inside of a college that is similar to a student media. What we want to do here in Flash Media is to create something that we call a special connection with the client. It's something human to human. I'm not just there to take his money and to give him on some ads. I'm there to help his business at the same time that he's helping our business. So those are the clients that we were looking for.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
Popular Korean boy band BTS released their first album in 4 years. The title of the new album, Aerang, is a reference to a traditional Korean folk song. This is the group's first attempt after finishing the South Korea's mandatory military service. To celebrate this new album, BTS is holding a free comeback performance for fans. Shows will start on April 9th and extend into next March.
The National Park Service is gearing up to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It was announced that the National Park Week this year will be placing during August 22nd through the 30th. Several events will take place during the week and the parks, and a free visit day will occur during August 25th. Every state in its U.S. territory has at least one national park site, so make sure you take a chance to visit one in August. So now, Matthew, we talked a little bit about BTS, but I just want to get your opinion on this. Who's your favorite band?
Listen, I'm a bit of an old head. I got to go Metallica. What about you?
Yeah, I really like some older bands too. I kind of like Aerosmith, Load in an Elevator. That's one of my favorite songs.
There you go.
I really like the ride that's in Disney, although I think they changed it now, which is kind of unfortunate. But
they did change it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're changing it to, but they are changing it.
Yeah. Do you have any picks for March Madness? Because currently some games going on right now.
I got to go Michigan for the boys.
All right, yeah. Well, that's all we have for today, so make sure you check out our Fake Patty's Day coverage tomorrow. We also like to wish our happy birthday to our very own Casey Blaylock. Birthday is tomorrow. I'm Ryan Mead.
And I'm Matthew McConaughey. Kent Stater TV will be back Monday at 6 p.m. Have a great weekend, Portage County.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
And although I may be lonely, stick around for what each of the cast members has planned for today.
All that and more on College Voice.
Peace.
Peace out.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Illicit fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat that our nation has ever experienced. We lost Leo when he was only 19, killed by fentanyl he didn't even know he was taking. He was my heart, my son.
My grandson. I wish you could have met him. Such a beautiful young man. Kind, smart, funny, sweet, a great kid.
Go to ladrfoundation.org.